Okay, good morning. Today's guest on 3 to 1 podcast is Emil Kot, coach, founder of the scouting project, Scout. And Emil, what else?
Hello, everyone. It depends, to be honest. Yeah, but mainly coach. I would like to say that first of all, I'm a coach, then probably I'm a scout, and then the rest. So yeah, thanks for having me.
You have tell us why probably a scout.
Because mainly in the last couple of years, I'm a coach. So since I was 18, when I started my coaching journey. So I'm a coach since I'm 18. So it's the last 20 years already. No, not 20, 12, 12, 13,
12.
14.
Okay, how old are you, Emil?
I'm 32. I'm not the
Okay,
best in math. Yeah, but yeah, something around it. So let's say 12, 13 years already in coaching. Scouting is a passion, is a hobby. Mainly, it's not something that I want to do for life, let's say. So I treat all the time scouting as a hobby. So something extra to my coaching badges, something extra to my coaching journey, something extra to like my um, day by day things to do and everything. So it's not something that I just want to do like full time. I want to be a head of recruitment in a big club. No. It's just a hobby.
okay,
I would love to help people to grow within the football industry, and that's why I'm running a few projects and
perfect.
everything.
But be prepared that I will ask you also a questions about scouting.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Of course, go on.
okay, but let's start with questions from Twitter because there were a few of them. Maybe the the easy one to warm up. Will Robert Lewandowski leave Bayern Munich?
Oh, so we
What
already
do you
know.
think? Yeah,
We
he
already
said
know.
that,
He said already. Yeah. He
yeah.
said this on. I think on today, this morning in the conference, he said that he will leave Bayern Munich this year. So yeah, fingers crossed that he'll join Barcelona.
But do you consider any other club?
No, I don't think so because I know that he loves Spain. He bought a house in Spain. I think in Mallorca. He visited as well one of the restaurants, let's say private restaurants of my colleague, which I know for the long time. And he was saying him personally that he loves Spain, sun, and everything around it. So I'm sure that he will join some big Spanish club. So we know which club is it, and it's great. It's great because it will be probably first Polish player, if I'm not wrong, who will be play for
For Barcelona.
Barcelona. Yeah, I think in the past was someone, but long time ago.
I don't know, to be honest. I
Yeah, I
wouldn't
think
help
there
you.
was one player, but I think he was playing for Real Madrid, not Barcelona. But yeah, it's someone can double
You
check,
know,
but it was
yes,
someone in the past, but
yes,
long
Dudek
time
played
ago.
for Real Madrid not so
Yeah,
long
it's
ago.
goalkeeper. So
Yeah.
I was thinking about like players, not goalkeepers, because I
Hmm.
treat goalkeeping as a different, like totally different sport, rather than football. It's just like individual sport rather than team sport.
Goalkeeping.
Yeah. I just treat this all the time as a something different, especially when you're doing your coaching badges, when you're doing the scouting and everything. Like goalkeeping is like just something else. A couple of weeks ago, I had the conference, let's say, about the how you can scout the goalkeeper and what you need to do do a good job scouting a
Hmm.
goalkeepers with quite a big name within the Polish industry. Maciej Sikorski, who's working for Wisła Płock. Previously, he was working for Raków Częstochowa. So I think he's an expert, let's say, in just within the goalkeeping and everything. So I think he was talking around 2.5 hours about what's the most important within the goalkeeping, and how
and
you need
on and
to.
2.5 hours only about goalkeeping.
It was only about the goalkeeping. What's the most important? How a goalkeeper needs to behave in certain situations and everything. How he needs to do, when it's the corner kick. What's about the free kick? How he's behaving when the ball is on the other side of
Yeah,
the pitch. Like every small details. And trust me, after this day, I was thinking for like long, 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 long time. How big is the um, how big is the picture to watch goalkeeper
yeah,
properly when you're scouting him, because I'm not the expert of about the goalkeeping. I'm not the expert and I don't know anything about it, but after um, this speech I was thinking, right, now when I will watch the goalkeeper, I'll know a bit
yeah.
what's the important, what's not, how to look, what is good, what is not good in some behaviors and everything. So yeah, it was good. Yeah, but back to the topic. It will be good to see Lewandowski in Barcelona. It will be brilliant.
Yeah, but I have to mention that you have to be a big goalkeeping nerd to listen to a 2.5 hour
Yeah.
about about
No, it was
goalkeeping.
it was part of our scouting meeting when I was working for Wisła Płock. It was a part of development group which we had within the club, and I personally I just asked Maciej to something like this because, as I said, I'm not the expert, and our scouts at Wisła Płock, they're not the experts about the goalkeeping and everything. So they were like asking like, when we're watching the goalkeeper, what's the most important? I said, it would be good to ask Maciej because he's the head of the
Yeah,
goalkeeping
but
in the club.
is it possible to say that in, let's say, 3 words?
No,
What's
no, it was just like 2.5 hours and lots of details.
okay?
It was good because it was like following with videos, situations from the games, from the Ekstraklasa games, from European games. So everyone have like awards, let's say from Maciej, plus extra videos about every single situation. So once he finished the first part, okay, so I already said about it. Let's watch it and how it's. And there was a stopping
Okay,
the video, and look, that's the bad behavior because of this and that. And I was thinking, right, for the last 5 or 6 years, I was thinking, is it correct? So no, 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 it's changing. So now the experts all over the world saying like this behavior, it will like it's statistic and data again. So if the goalkeeper will do this, they will concede more goals. If you stay in a goal, you've got like much bigger chances to save. So okay,
okay,
I was thinking like it's a good point because I didn't think about it in this like certain thing. Okay, so if you check the data, you can have like the full answer. Like okay, if you stay in the goal, it's safe. If you go outside, because it was like 1v1 situations when the striker is going 1v1 or 1v1 within the goalkeeper. So in certain situations, they saying like, don't go out from the goal, stay on the line and wait to the very last second to do
sure,
like save and
yeah,
everything. And it was
but it's not so obvious, like you
yeah,
said.
I know. For me. I was shocked a bit because I said, "Come on!" In the last, when I was even playing, every single coach saying like, "Just go for it, yeah," and
Yeah,
do like the extra jump with covering the whole your body and everything. But you know, data is saying totally different things. Like if you
hmm,
stay and you wait to the very end, and you've got like much more space to cover within with your body. So I don't know. It's as I'm saying, I'm not the expert, but it was like very interesting speech. I still have this in my head, because
yeah,
probably I'll remember this for the long, long, long
I
time.
see. I see. But Emil, you are a coach, so teaching is a huge part of your life and learning as well. Where do you find knowledge? You said about conferences, but
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you?
it's a lot of things. You can inspire yourself reading the books, reading articles on the internet. I love to read the training ground guru stuff, for example. Um, Coaching TV, I think that's the website is. There's lots of websites when you can find the good articles about coaching, talent development, talent ID. Maybe it will be funny what I will say now, but I think every single night, uh, when I'm taking the bath, I'm taking my phone with me, and I was putting all the time in the Google talent development football, and I'm going to not like the show me all. It was always like articles,
Mhm.
and I'm checking like from the whole world, talent football development or football development talent, and I'm just checking. Okay, what's the articles we've got, and sometimes you've got really good articles from I don't know, Scotland, Ireland, USA, Australia. So you can, and after every single article, you can inspire yourself. Maybe about after I don't know, listening the podcast, listening the interview on a YouTube. On daily basis, I'm the home office worker, so
Mhm.
I'm spending nearly 9 hours in front of the laptop. So always in the background, I've got something. So sometimes in Polish, sometimes in English, but podcasts, interviews with the coaches. Today, I was listening the whole conference with Czesław Michniewicz and Adam Buksa. Previously
Yeah.
was, I think, yesterday was with Czesław
Okay.
Michniewicz and Lewandowski and
Perfect.
everything. Yeah.
Perfect that you mentioned that. Do you have any coach that you follow? Maybe in the Premier League, in the Polish Ekstraklasa, in any
Nah,
national team?
not the one. Uh, of like personally, I love Mourinho just for the whole like just him because
Yeah.
I think he's brilliant as a just as a coach, as a man. It's good that he just opened the account on the Instagram so you can like meet him a bit closer. Yeah, but I think if I will choose the one which inspired me from the like years ago when I was started coaching, I think the Mourinho was the first one which I just trying to follow, let's say. But I don't have like the one which I want to stick, and I've got the philosophy is great, so I will play like him. I'll do the things like him. I I would love to catch everything a bit of from
What's the
yeah,
best? Yeah.
a bit from Jurgen Klopp, a bit from Mourinho, a bit from this, a bit from that. So it's good to collect a lot of
Yeah.
things from every single coach which you even know, even from the coaches which you're working from on a daily basis. You can learn from everyone. It's all about just if your mind is open, you can learn a lot. It's all about just listening. If you're a good listener and you're asking the correct and good questions, you can develop so quickly.
Yeah. It's so important what you said, especially at the beginning of the coaching road. So it's something to write down for our listeners. Uh, But you said about the different philosophies, different coaches. Do you have your own philosophy? Do you have any, let's say, universal philosophy for any team you are coaching, or you try uh, to do it differently? It
Yeah,
depends from the team.
it's a good question because it's lots of time when someone is asking me, "Do you have your own philosophy?" Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got one. But if you coaching, especially at the non-league level, or in the past at let's say kind of semi-pro level in Poland or even pro level in Poland, because I think that if you're a good coach, you can manage every single team and you can play in different styles. So you can have your core values within the
Hmm.
within the within the game, but you need to adapt um, to your team and to your players. So let's
Players. Yeah.
say I want to play tiki taka at let's say the non-league level without any preparation, without any DNA and everything. Are you going to, let's say, I don't know, coaching this some random team from third division in Poland, and you don't have players who can play this style of football, and you coming into the club saying, no, 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 we will play kind of tiki taka 3-4-3, or I don't know, 5-3-2 or something like that, and the players don't know anything about the formation, about the rules, about anything. So first of all, what I will do, I'll ask, okay, what's the most like let's say common formation within the changing room. What do you know about 4-2-3-1? What do you know about 4-4-2? And if they played for the last, I don't know, of course I'm saying about Alus football all the time. So if they will play last, I don't know, 3 seasons 4-2-3-1, it will be hard for them to change it like in a couple of months, especially when you need to collect the points, win the games, to stay within the league and save your job as well, because you need to remember that you need to win the game to be in the game.
Yeah.
So to collect the points and win the points and win the games, you need to win. So if you need to win, I think the quickest way is to speak with the changing room. It's a bit of Carlo Ancelotti. Understand the changing room, understand the environment within the changing room. What's the most important for them? What's the most important for the club? What's the environment around the club? And find the best solution for this team, like just
So
for this team.
adaptation, and adaptation
Yeah,
for the
I think
situation,
yeah,
for the enemy as well, or
yeah. We've got even good examples from Polish football in the past. Especially, I think it was Eukas, which was trying to play all the time, nice football, playing out from the back on the floor, through the thirds and everything, and they were trying to all the time um, give a job to the coach who is playing this type of football.
yeah.
Let's say so. They've got the Kazimierz Moskal, they've got Wojciech Stawowy, they've got I think Kibu, and I think someone else. And it was like three coaches who all the time just sticking trying to play, the nice football and everything. But first of all, they promoted to the Ekstraklasa, they relegated, and now they it's they're not
Yeah, now they stayed in the second division
it's second
for the
division,
next
let's
season.
say,
Yeah,
yeah, and then in the mid of the table, and it's like not no, it's not developing at all. Because that's what I was also trying to say in a couple of conversations which I had. So if you don't have tools, you can't do it. So, but if you have a tools and you've got like DNA and every single player, have like a couple of years within the style and everything. So if you have the time to do it, not a problem. But if you need to win the game, collect the points, and save your job, and be in
yeah,
the game, you need to win the game. So
yeah. But you
it's all
said very
about.
important. Yeah, you said very important thing about time, because I think that the main problem in football, in a job of football coach, is lack of time.
It depends on the country, to be honest. Kind of mentality stuff. Um, in Poland, we've got a huge problem with it. Um, but I think even in England now, in football league, there was like data saying that clubs are changing the coaches now, are much more than it was in the past. So previously we had the examples like uh, you know Sir Alex Ferguson, who was working for long time
Yeah,
for Man United. We had
Arsene
Arsene
Wenger as well.
Wenger,
Yeah.
and even from the non-league level, we've got the coach who was coaching Wealdstone FC, from northwest London for I think 26 years or 27, and it was like conference level, so sixth and fifth division tier of English football. And it doesn't matter. He promoted, he relegated again, he promoted again, he relegated. And I think that's the great example that if you even stick to one coach for like 20 years and he's like going between three leagues and he's promoting, relegated again, promoting back, and promoting and relegated. It's like still in the same, let's say, same division, same level. So what's the point to changing this guy I don't know, every single 3 months, 6 months, or every year, or I don't know. It's just no point. And there's a couple of great examples that if you stick to one guy and you trust him, you can have a success. And I think it's the same similar story to Bodo Glimt and their philosophy. Same, they stick to something, they relegate it, they promote it, and now I think three times in a row they were fighting for champion of Norway. So there's a couple of good examples, but yeah, it's hard to keep the job in Poland for longer than 6 months. So
Yeah.
if someone is survived year, is a good coach, let's say, or he's lucky one.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of question marks if we speak about Polish coaches and Polish clubs. So let's leave
Yeah.
this topic. I have a I think difficult question for you, but it was on Twitter, so I don't feel guilty to for asking that. What's the future for Emil Kot after next season, 2023?
After next one.
Yeah,
That's good.
that was the question. I don't know. Maybe someone knows better
Yeah,
than I.
they probably know what the plan is. No, so the next season, which is will be to 22-23 campaign, I will still be with Balam FC. So I'm not going anywhere. Uh, but in 2023 and 24, I just want to go up, to be honest. So if we'll not promote to step four, which is the eighth tier of English football, I will probably leave Balam and try, just pursue my dreams.
Yeah,
So
it's normal that you want to develop.
yeah, I
So
just want to develop and go up. I already kind of declined one offer from step four, so league above us, to stay with Balam for the one more season, trying to promote. And if we promote with Balam to Eastman League, then great. I'll stay and fight for another promotion. It will be good to stay with Balam and promote to step four, of course. But yeah, I think if we'll not promote next season, I just want to go up, and I'll try to stick with some step three, maybe step four club.
okay, you mentioned about the Balam. I wanted to ask about the gap between English and Polish clubs. Do you see any, maybe in the organization, in the scouting networks? Of course, it depends from the level, but I'm asking you, generally because you have a lot of experience as well in Polish clubs.
No, it's big, even on a non-league level. To be honest, even now, let's say with Balam, we playing at ninth level of football in England, which someone in Poland can say, "Oh, come on, it's just bunch of amateurs playing in the park or something like that." And for example, on a couple of games in this year, we had the crowds around 500 people. I'm not saying about like home games, but away games within the league, within the cups. So you've got nice crowds. You've got really nice stadiums, fully covered with the lights and everything. So you can play midweek games on Tuesdays, on Thursdays. Even within the coaching, let's say, staff and setup. Last season we had the manager, we've got the head coach, we've got two first team coaches, we had the physio, we had the goalkeeping coach. So already you've got like six,
Six, yeah,
yeah,
six
you've got
persons.
six members of the coaching staff. Plus you've got as well club secretary, who is kind of, I don't know, in Polish you will say kierownik. So
Yeah,
it's like the person who is organizing everything around the match
yeah,
day.
yeah. I know what you
So
mean.
yeah, so we've got, let's say, in England you've got the club secretary who's doing this all stuff, uh, and it's ninth level. So when I'm speaking with some people from Poland and saying this, like, we've got VO, so we we can analyze the game. We're recording the game. We've got the game in the cloud in a couple of hours after the game. We've got the goalkeeping coach, physio, this and that. I say, oh, you've got set up like in Polish third division. I said, yes, it's
Yeah,
true
and
because
and
that's how it looks like.
yeah,
But
and maybe in not all the clubs in Polish third division. To be honest.
yeah, so I'm saying about third league. So let's say fourth level. Yeah. So I think that's the standard setup at our level, let's say, and I think that's the huge difference. On the other hand, which is the benefit for the Polish football, not for the English one, is kind of culture of English football. So let's say we've got 2 sessions per week plus game, but we playing overall during the season. I think I just counted last time. It was like 58 or 59 games
That's a lot.
whole season,
Yeah.
uh, which including the whole cups. We've got like London Senior Cup, Surrey Senior Cup, Premier Cup, League Cup, Combined Counties Cup, FA Cup, FA Vase Cup. It's like couple of thousands of cups plus league. So if you include this plus preseason games, it will be like over 60 games per season, but you've got like 2 sessions only plus game. So I can understand, okay, why you've got 2 sessions only.
Yeah.
Because if you're playing 60 games over the season, okay, so two sessions per week is enough, especially
Yeah.
for the guys
Exactly.
who working normally on daily basis from 8 to, I don't know, 5, from 9 to 6 or something like that. In Poland, you've got 5 or 4 sessions per week, even playing on fifth or fourth level.
Yeah, but you have half of the games during the season.
Yeah, and you've got only half of the game. Even if I think even less sometimes, but yeah,
Yeah.
30 games you can have. So you're playing half of it, but you've got the more. So you may be more coached, but you play less. And in England, you've got like maybe you coached less because you don't have enough time on the sessions to coach a lot, but you're playing a lot. And it's, I think that's the biggest, I think, difference. So someone's, oh, you're training only twice a week. Yes, but you're playing 60 games during the season.
But
So
I think
okay.
that playing a lot of games gives you much more than half of the games and a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
training
yeah.
sessions.
It's experience, especially. So if you've got the good coach and you've got the analysis, which I think is the key, especially when you're playing 60 games per season, it's I think that's the key, to have someone who will do the proper analysis with you. So if you play in every single game and you learn something from every single game and you check what you did wrong, what was good and everything, and you've got feedback and you've got conversation after the game with the coach, and you can really take the best from every single game, you can only develop. It's all about coaching and analysis and everything. So if you have it, then then great, it's brilliant. It will be good to have more sessions, even one, because I was asking as well about the third session within the week, but it's hard, especially in London, when you need to travel sometimes 1.5 hour just to get into the session, or 1 hour, something similar, or around it, and then coming back home at 11 or 12 o'clock p.m., of course, at night, then go sleep and then wake up at, I don't know, 6 or 5 or 7 to go again to work.
and
So
and players have to, as you said, have to work.
yeah,
They have families, so
everything. Yeah, so it's
yeah,
hard. So I think twice a week is all right. And
it's enough.
yeah, and it's twice a week. I think it's still at Conference South. You've got some clubs who've got just twice sessions twice a week, which is the sixth level of English football, which is quite high because, as you know, a couple of players from Conference South were playing for Polish clubs in Polish Prem and Polish First Division. So it's good level. We've got some good quality players within the league, and they've got still 2 sessions per week. When I was speaking with one of the coaches from Conference South, and I was asking, you playing, to be completely honest, kind of pro level, because you've got like big stadiums, you've got big crowds. In Conference South, you can have like 2,500 people on stands, or 2,000 people on stands. You're playing some really good games, and you've got good players, you've got some money, the players have the budgets, so some of them can earn, let's say, between 150 per week to 500 per week, which is quite a lot. And you've got only 2 sessions. And he said one interesting thing, saying like, we on our sessions, mainly we're doing like technical and tactical stuff before the every single game, or recovery session after Tuesday, or this type of things. And I said, okay, but what about the physical preparation? And he said, really smart thing, which I think in the past, Marek Papshin said the same about Raków Częstochowa. They need to be prepared. So, okay, so it's in their hands to be ready
To
for
be prepared.
Saturday.
Yeah,
If they're not prepared, there is thousands of players in league below, or 2 leagues below, who wants to be there and work and work and work and work to go up and develop. So if you're not ready and you're not prepared, just c'est la vie. And we've got another one, and we take another one, and we take another one, and another one, and another one. So I think it was good because I was thinking about it. Okay, it's true. So if you at this level, you need to have like a bunch of really ambitious players. Like if you're there already, that you think, okay, you need to be prepared. You need to take care of your physical preparation, gym, running, stretching, recovery, like everything.
Yeah,
So
but I think that it's good to when players know that and they have that mentality, because that takes a lot of work from you as a coach to motivate them before the
yeah,
games.
because they know they need to do it, and I
Yeah,
think it's nice and simple. So if you're not ready, you're not ready. You will not play, and you will not earn money. And if you not earn money and you not play, probably next season you will play in on the league below.
lower division. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, Emil, let's start scouting part for a bit. I wanted to ask about your scouting project to promote young talents. I saw on your social media, on LinkedIn and Twitter, that I think that at this weekend you had a game with your
yeah, we
team.
had it. Yeah, so uh, the project name is in English. You have a chance. That will think that how we can simplify the name of it. um, yeah, and it was established in 2014, I think. Yeah, 2014, 100%. Because the project is at the same age as my daughter. Because it was like in the same. Uh,
So I
not
will do a quick math for you. 8 years.
yes, yeah. Let's say, yeah, she will be 8 this year in October. So yeah, it was in the same time. So once she was born, I was walking with her in a park, like and thinking about what we can do more and everything. And I just thinking, okay, let's establish the project. And the project is, I think, the most important is that it's not a non-profit project. So we're not earning any money uh, from the trial games, or I don't know, trials within the clubs. There is no agency or something like that. So we are organizing trial games. So it's something standard. In UK you've got like thousands of trial games in every single part of this country. But the difference is that you need to pay for every single trial in UK, even £20, £30, £40, £50. You need to pay for it. Uh, Within my project, you don't pay for anything. So you just needs to be good. And if you're good enough, you can play within the project. So the whole idea behind it was to establish the scouting network within the non-league level in Poland. So especially non-league level. So let's say fifth division and below. So you've got fifth division, sixth, seventh, and eighth. So because we've got only 8 divisions in Poland. So on the very beginning, we had like only 5 or 6 scouts looking for the players next to their homes for us, but it's grown so quickly. Um, Now we had 12th edition of the project. The other thing is that we went abroad. So the first, I think 10 or 9, no, even not 10, 7, first 7 edition was only in Poland, in some parts of Poland. I think 8th edition was first time abroad in London, just for the Polish player who growing up in
And how
UK.
do you find the players for the project?
Yeah, so in Poland we've got scouts, so it's nice and easy. We've got group of scouts who are looking for the non-league football within the country and picking up the best ones, under 21s.
Okay, is it possible for players to register, let's say,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
the
yeah.
project
So
themselves?
we've got the email address which is open all the time for the players, so they can send an email saying like, I'm good enough to play within the project. I'm playing in fourth division in Poland in this club. I'm this position. I'm playing on this position. Blah blah blah. And maybe someone from our scouting network we will go and watch it and probably invite for the game.
And how old are the players?
Yeah, we all the time looking for under 20s.
Okay.
maximum under 21s. But yeah, I think we stick last time for under 20s. So 90, 18, 17, 16 years old, but not 15. 16 is a like I said maximum. So between 16 and 20. Um, and twice a year at the moment we organizing trial game. They play in between each other. So 11v11, 2 times 45 minutes. So standard game. We invited for these games scouts, agents, coaches, like people from football industry in Poland to watch it. And it's quite simple and easy. So on the match day, they receiving from us the full kit, food, water, and everything. So like they just come in wearing the kit, going to play 11v11, finish the game, have a food and everything. And after the game, now we've got something new because the man of the match is receiving some a bit of money from the sponsor, which is good as well for some young lad who is the best on the pitch, and sponsor will give him a bit of money.
Yeah, but did you consider, let's say, crowdfunding as well? Is it possible to support your project as a
Yeah,
regular?
yeah, yeah. It's already crowdfunded. So the first, I think, to be honest, every single edition was based on crowdfunding. So we've got the website, which is standard crowdfunding website, where we put in how much we need to do another edition of the project, and then people can pay for it, support, and put some amount of money just for, let's say, in the last two editions we are so lucky because we had the partnership or sponsorship with one company, KMD in Poland. So they are the main sponsors of last two editions in Poland, and
We
they
met
will
at we met at the
yeah,
conference in Warsaw.
yeah. So they are the main sponsors in the last two editions, which is great because we don't have any problems with collecting money for the project because we already have a budget to do it. But in the past, it was just standard crowdfunding. So we put exactly the same amount of money into the crowdfunding website. Sometimes we were selling the place on T-shirts in front of it, on the back of it, on the shirt, on the shorts. Just like every single piece of shirt and shorts was like on sale, and it looks like some of volleyballs clubs, and when you see
Yeah,
like thousands of advertisers on the shirts. But I'm happy with it because if you can have money for the project to run the project, and even if it's like 12 or 15 advertisers on your t-shirts, who cares? You've got the money to do something good for the boys. You've got the money to do a proper trial game, and maybe someone, if play well, can go up and go in through the leagues, because that's, I think that's the main aim of the project, to promote the players, uh, kind of no name players. So let's say for the people from UK, Jamie Vardy stories, kind of. So someone who is not, who wasn't seen in the past, some non-name player from non-league, who's just doing well, and maybe someone who pick him up and uh, sign him for professional club, which we already had a couple of nice stories in the
success
last
stories.
couple of.
Can you tell us
Yeah,
something?
it was.
Some of them.
Yeah, I think the most important and famous one is Dinas Muga, which I know I'm always saying about this boy because he was the first one who made a debut in Polish Prem. So he was playing previously in fifth division of Polish football, and then he went to fourth division, and from the fourth division, after he scored, I don't know, 15 or 14 goals within the one round, he signed a deal with Górnik Zabrze in Polish Prem, made a debut in Polish Ekstraklasa, scored a goal in Polish Ekstraklasa, scored a goal in European qualification cups, I think even two. So it
Is
was
is he
yeah.
still playing there?
No, 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 no,
Or
no. It's
okay.
he just kind of disappeared. So I think that's
Yeah,
That's
but he had a chance. It was
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
his
It's all about
hands to.
that's our project. His name is You Have a Chance. If you have a
Yeah,
chance, you can go up. It's in your hands. So we not so after the game, if player is playing, well and everything, we can just connect him. So it's kind of networking. We can connect him with the club or with the agency, with the coach, with the manager, with anyone from the football industry. If he go up, he's going up. But we don't kind of it's maybe don't care is not the best word to describe it, but we are not involved within the
you can't
transfers,
do anything more.
contracts. Yeah, we done our job. We did it. That's it. Job done. And the rest is in their hands and their legs. So back to who was more. I think the other one is good. Is the David Rogalski who was playing in UK for non-league side Maidenhead United. I think he even made a debut in Maidenhead, or just one up in conference, and then he was playing for non-league football. Went to Poland for our scouting project, signed a deal with GKS Tychy, then Gryf Harowo, then I think GKS Katowice, and he finished his journey in Poland in first division, which is second tier. I think it's still something big for us.
And
The
probably still something big for him.
Yeah, of
Without you,
course.
he
From
wouldn't have a
non-league
chance.
level to second tier in Polish football, it's still I think a nice story. The other one is Nathaniel Wybraniec, which is I think the most fresh one, which I think is a big success as well because he was playing in fifth division of Polish football, and after our scouting project, he signed a deal with the agency. An agency organized for him a trial with SPC Opava, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, I think
SFC
that you
or
said it
SSP, yeah,
correctly. Yeah,
yeah. So it's the Czech Republic Premier Division, and he made a debut in Czech Republic Premier Division, which is still the same level as Polish Prem, or even a bit better because they play in the Champions
last
League.
season they were relegated. I think now
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah. But I think the most important thing, he made a debut
yeah,
in top tier in other country, and he played versus Banik Ostrava. So it's another big name, a big club in Eastern Europe. Yeah, but now he was playing for GKS Jastrzębie, which is still it was second tier, but they relegated to third tier. But it's still something big. We've got Karol Nyszewski as well, who promoted with Raków Częstochowa to Polish Premier Division, but they released him, and he was playing in second division, and now he's in reserves of Legia Warsaw. He's captain, and he was training with the first team loads of times this season. So fingers crossed. Maybe in one day he will make a debut in Polish Prem for Legia Warsaw.
uh, there's a lot of talk about that there are a lot of talents who have been overlooked by the system. Do you think that your project is a solution for that problem, or it's about the scale? You can do it, but
Scale is too big. We can help only. I'm still, I sometimes feel sad because we've got a couple of, not even couple, thousands of emails, people asking for playing for our trial game, even for the next edition, which will be 12th edition in Warsaw, next to Warsaw in Ząbki, in I think 2nd of July. Yeah, 2nd of July. And at the moment, I've got around 90 recommendations. So, and you've got only 22 players, which you need to choose to play on the match day. And it's sad because I know that even after these 22 players, which will be, like, let's say, on our uh, window shop, we will show it to the football industry in our country. Um, it's still around 60, which I know that they're good enough to play for this game, for us, for the scouting project. But
as you
it's
said, you
sad.
have only 22 places.
Yeah, I don't have enough space, and especially it costs a lot. every single game. I know it's someone can say, "Oh, it's only 11v11," but you need to have a kit, you need to have a pitch, you need to have a ref, you need to have a food, you need to have drinks, you need to have this and that, coaches, cones, balls, and everything. So it's someone says, "Oh, it's just a game." Yeah, but even the low standard game can cost like 5,000 zlotys, which is still a lot of money. And especially, I think we focused in the last couple of seasons that we want to have the quality around it. So if we invite the players from the non-league level, from the fourth division, fifth division, we want to show them kind of pro environment within the day. So once they arrived to the trial game, even they if they walk into the changing room, they've got the shirts prepared on the hangers with the numbers, shorts nicely put on a chair, socks, foot on each place, like and
Yeah,
they
it's a motivation for them
yeah
because they
they
see
walk
how.
into it and say like, whoa, I don't have this in my club, like
Yeah,
the
and I want this.
organization. Yeah, and we've got physio for every single game, so this massage table and everything, physio is for them. So if you need anything, a small massage activation, or someone have some problem with some small injury, so it's like pro environment just for them, on the match day, to show them like, if you will play good, you that will be your standard. And especially now, 12th edition will be played on, I think, kind of big stadium, we can say, in Dozbud arena in Ząbki. So I think it's 5,000 seats fully
Is
covered.
is Dolkan
Yeah,
playing there? Yeah.
yeah. It's old ground of Dolkan Ząbki, now Ząbkowie Ząbki. But you still have like 5K fully covered, lights, a carpet to play, a massive changing rooms, massive ones, like proper ones from kind of extra classa environments. So it's everything is brilliant. So when they arrive, they see like stadium, big changing rooms, everything prepared, shirts, food, drinks, physios in the changing rooms, like the whole organization, people on the stands, agents, parents, and everything. Let's say, I hope it will be a big crowd this year. Let's say 300 people, 200 people on the game. So, it's
I
and
have
you
to
just need
visit this event as well. So
and you just need to play the best football as you can on this day. That's it. And you've got live streaming as well, so it's I think it's perfect.
I'm very curious how does it look, and maybe we can give a small tip to the players, and you can say, when you observe a player, what is the first thing you pay attention to? I heard about Red Bull school, for example, where a player must have some sort of leading trait
Hmm.
that sets him apart from his teammates. For example, exceptional intelligence, speed, or phenomenal shot. You know, what do you pay attention to when you observe a player?
It's a good question, because if you're working for some club, you've got like your own DNA, and you need to stick to the rules within the club. So if you're working for Wisła Płock, you need to look on certain things. If you're working for West Ham United, you need to look for the certain things. If you work for the other club, you did this and you did that. But personally, without any DNA behind me, without any club behind me, if I'm looking for the players, and based on my experience within the project and the players who make it happen, let's say, so I think the most important is mentality. So I'm always looking for the players who is always kind of chasing the ball. So once you lost it and you're not trying to receive it as quick as you can, and you just totally give up and you just standing without any reaction, that's horrible. Especially within in modern football, when you've got lots of team doing the counter press, uh, pressing small tight areas and everything. So I think that's the most important thing. If you lost it, you need to receive as quick as you can. Just react. And when I spoke with one of Wolfsburg ex-professionals,
Mhm.
a Polish guy, he said exactly the same. So when he signed a deal with them, with Wolfsburg in the past, he said that that was the first thing which they spotted. So you lost it, but in 3 2 seconds you already receive it back for your team. So that was the most important, because I think it's something natural. You can have it, or you can learn it, but it's really hard to have this habit. Of course you can learn it, but it's sometimes it's just natural. And if I give you an example, let's say from English football, let's say Rooney, no lost footballs. If you think about Gerrard, no
as well.
Sean. Now Declan Rice, same. So every single one like this. So like proper mentality with fighting, with bite, with everything. That's something I think which you can learn, and that's giving you a huge benefit if you compare this player to the others, because he knows that he's a character. He wants to fight. He wants to win. He wants to develop. He wants to fight. He loves the game, and it's really
But
it's really hard
it's
to
not so
learn it.
obvious because as you said, it's part of the character.
Yeah, of
Not
course you can have a player who is like brilliant on the ball. Um, I don't know, have nice shots, dribbling. I don't know, using both feet and everything. But if he will not give you extra within the session, or he's lazy, he doesn't want to work, he
Dele
doesn't
Alli.
want to.
You mentioned Jose Mourinho, and on Amazon you have a series about his time in Tottenham, and he said that to Dele Alli that he's a great player, but he's a fucking lazy player.
Yeah, it's even at the non-league level you've got some brilliant players, but if they not put extra work to it, you'll stay in the same place for the next couple of years. So I think it's so important, the mentality and the character. If you've got the habits to work, and you want to develop on, like day by day, um, I think that's the most important. And you can clearly see it on a pitch when you're watching the game. You've got some players, even in the past. It's not the past. Um, Żurkowski from Górnik Zabrze. I
Yeah,
think
now he's in Italy probably.
if he will sign a deal with any club in England, let's say it can be even Prem or Championship, people in this country will totally love him. After 10 years, he will have monument in front of one of the stands because of his character, fighting, bite, like
Tackles, yeah.
tackles, playing long shots, direct ball, and like he can drive the whole team forward and drive the whole team back to the defense. Like the characters. I think that's if you spot this within the player that he's got this, I think is huge benefit. Even if he's not good technically he's not good enough, or maybe he's got lack of, I don't know, understanding of the game, but he wants to learn, he wants to develop, he wants to fight, he wants to run, he wants to do, he wants. I think that's the most important. He
Yeah.
wants, and he's hungry. If he's hungry, he can develop. So if you find hungry players, you're the winner, because it's so. Sometimes I know it's not common. If you find a player who is like brilliant technically and so talented, and he's working as well, it's not common. It's not common. But yeah, back to the topic. I think reaction, and after reaction you can spot that this player have the character. He wants to fight, he wants to win. And now within the uh, modern football, it will be, I will choose maybe playing on the like tight areas. So if someone wants to play on a high level, he needs to deal with playing quickly on tight areas under pressure. So if you're not panicking under pressure, and you calm and you know what to do with the ball, you know that's huge benefit for you as well as a player.
I mean, I think that we can speak for hours, and
Yeah, I know.
I hope
Unfortunately,
that maybe in the future, I hope so that maybe in the future we can speak again if you find some time for us. But I think that it's the best time to
finish.
put a dot. to leave our listeners with a huge dose of knowledge you gave us, and I hope that we can speak again in the future if you want.
I'm always happy to do so. So no problem.
Okay, so thank you guys for listening to this episode of 3 to 1 podcast. Emil, do you want to say something at the end?
Thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. So it's always good to have a chat about football. Doesn't matter about the time and the day.
Even it's evening and almost night. So
Yeah, that's true.
thanks again, Emil.
Thank you so much.
Hope to see you in the future.